So what we're not gonna do is panic. Sadly, since March 2020, shortages are nothing new. And from the fashion and clothing side, it's actually been super interesting to watch despite being like impacted by it. But at the same time, the purpose of this video is to help you with shopping decisions when it comes to clothes and fashion and to be prepared for the holiday season / beginning of 2022 because they're saying it could be a while. So the first thing that came to mind when I thought, how could someone prepare? Right now is the time to evaluate your cold weather clothing. So maybe you don't live in a cold climate, this one doesn't really matter to you, but when it comes to winter, you wanna make sure you have good jackets, good coats, gloves, scarves, the things that you need to stay warm, especially for your lifestyle and the job that you have. Keeping warm is going to be so important. So take a moment, evaluate all your cold weather gear and make sure you're ready. If we've learned anything over the last year and a half to 2 years, it's to be prepared. The next one I'll go through pretty quickly. These aren't in any particular order, but the next one, this is a very niche need, but I think still a very important need. If you have to wear a uniform for your work, for your school, for anything, make sure you have enough. So let's say one of your uniforms got ruined and you only have one alternate, then it's time to replace that one. The shipping on that or the process of getting that gets so delayed that you're gonna be stuck with that one for a really long time, which could get really gross or really expensive for laundry. Let's just make sure we all have our uniforms and what we need to do our jobs. I feel like these shoes go on everyone's wish list a lot and they sell out really quickly. So I feel like this year they're going to be exponentially so. And that is Steve Madden shoes. They just get sold the crap out of them by influencers. You're gonna see them all over Instagram. And I feel like that's half of their market already. But then there's the other half where it's actually just normal consumer behavior. And I just feel like they run out so fast. One of the really interesting things that I've learned kind of researching for this video was that last year we were talking about all the different sales that were going on and there was sale fatigue. I believe I read that in April 2020, demand for clothing dropped 79%. So retailers and brands had all of this extra goods and they were just selling it like, please buy our stuff. Well, now brands have kind of pulled back on what they've been ordering. So they've been canceling orders, which has caused factories to lay off workers. And now there's just a shortage of being able to produce back to the demand where we're slowly returning to. And so in response, everyone is limiting their selections and their quantity. Things are gonna be selling out faster, they're gonna be selling out more expensive. With Steve Madden shoes or with any particular item, if you have it on your wish list, ask for it now or buy it for yourself now. The next thing I want you to think about is everything that you like that is cotton, because cotton prices have been going up. They're up 18% over last year. So especially right now, I am talking sweaters, jeans, t-shirts, underwear, whatever you like that is cotton. And let me guess, there's a lot of things that you like that probably are cotton because cotton is much more comfortable. Clothing prices in general are up 5.6%. And I'll link all of my sources down below in the description box. And so in comparison to that, cotton has gone up a lot. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you like, don't buy things. Just if you don't need it, if you don't love it, don't buy it. But I would start encouraging you to start thinking about it. I think once you plant a seed, it will start to grow. I'm not going to put a moral stamp on you whether or not you choose to buy something, but I'm going to encourage you to adopt a mindset of, do I really need it and do I really love it? In the past, there were a lot of retailers and brands, some of whom I actually really like, but I really disliked how many items they would offer that were just crap trends. They were just poor quality. They looked awful unless you were like super skinny or if you were like really young. It just made you scratch your head of like, why are they offering that? Is there an actual market for someone to buy this? Inventory is going to be really limited, so choosing the things that are going to last you the longest, and even if you don't need it and you just really love it, that is enough. Along the same lines, inventory is going to be limited, which means sizing is going to be limited. If there's something you really need or you really love, you might have to buy it a size too big. And that's where having a good tailor or even a couple good tailors can really come in handy. Get to know some of your local tailors or talk to friends, find recommendations. Not all tailoring is really expensive. Remember, it's a lot easier to take things in or to hem things up versus making them bigger. So if you can, try to size up. Wow, what an interesting point. If you thought it was interesting too, oh my gosh. Oh, that scared me. What an interesting point. If you thought it was interesting too, I would really appreciate it if you gave it a like. So this one oddly is actually expected to not be as hard hit from everything because most of their things are sourced in Europe, and these brands have the means of kind of going around and circumventing a lot of the issues that are happening from Asia and kind of the mass transit issues. And that is luxury brands. So while they're going to be hit the least hard, at least expectedly, supposedly, allegedly, then if a luxury item is on your holiday wish list, or if it's something you've been saving a really long time for and this is sort of where it's timing out to finally purchase it, I would do it now. I say that one, not only so it gets here in time for the holidays, but also because with all of that and with all of their resources to be able to get things in store, they are expected to still hike up their prices. And it's not considered as big of a hit because it's a luxury item, and those who can already afford the luxury item can likely afford the price increase. Although we've seen what Chanel has done. And it's also expected that luxury brands have a limited inventory as well. Another thing everyone needs to consider is your basics. So if, let's say, you can't find any clothes, let's say worst case scenario, there's no clothes online, there is no clothes in store, do you have the basics to build some basic outfits for whatever weather and whatever circumstances and lifestyle that you have? And hang with me, I have like a two-part point I'm about to make. By stocking up on basics now, brands are listening to even the most minute changes in demand, which means that your buying power right now has a huge impact. So by buying basics, by buying good pieces of clothing, by really being thoughtful in what you're purchasing, you are going to tell those brands to keep making pieces like that and to stop making the crap that we keep seeing over and over again, and that is filling landfills. And so while some people will say you don't need to buy when there's a shortage like this, it's also important when you do buy to make really conscious decisions about what is important for brands to know that we want. What we buy now will influence what brands order for upcoming seasons. Like this shortage is expected to last through 2022 and possibly even 2023, but we're not getting into this. This video is not about panicking, it's about preparation and what we can do right now. And so on the reverse of that, like I said, it was a two-part point. Yes, our buying power for brand new things from stores and online is going to be incredibly diminished, which means secondhand shopping, hello. Which if you order it online, it will still be delayed. So it's not like it's going to be quicker, but there might be more selection. An increase in secondhand shopping is really great. And it's actually kind of the nice thing about clothes. Like, we can go buy secondhand clothes and still get the same wear and purpose and everything out of it, versus you can't go buy secondhand food. And maybe you even want to dabble into making your own clothes. If that is you, that is great. But again, expect delays on fabric and availability of sewing machines. So if you have anything that you think would be helpful for people to know when it comes to fashion and clothing shortages, please comment them down below. I'd be so interested to hear your thoughts. I will link a video here for you to watch. Thank you for being here. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye!